Hey, what's up guys? I'm Colt. Today we're working on the SER. I'm going to take care of my broken door handle. Right, so here's my front door handle and it's fine. The back one though is broken. And what I can do is pull this to get underneath and open it, which is a major pain. I can also open the front door and then open the back door from inside, but that's pretty ghetto and I ain't about that life no more, so we're gonna get this fixed. Alright, so first thing is I gotta pull this door panel off. From what I can tell, there's a 10mm bolt in here, the door handle, and there's a Phillips screw behind this trim piece. So I'm gonna take those out and then just try to pull the panel off. So, got this one out, and the second one is in here. There it is. So, I found a hidden screw under this guy. Boom. So I use the flathead to go around. It's the clips. We're holding it. Good amount of force, but it came out. So pull that out, see where I get. Here we go. Got some more release wires here for the inside door handle. Get those off. Now that the door is hanging here, let's see inside. There's 2 wires here. Focus. I'm just gonna disconnect those. Right, and we're gonna pull these out. This one's for the lock. A little stubborn, have to put the camera down, but disconnect those and that's all that's holding the panel on. So behind the panel there's this barrier here. I need to pull this away so that I can access the bolt for the door handle in the back. So kind of got some gooey adhesive here. I'm just gonna go slow, probably use a razor, cut this back, not the plastic, the adhesive, and try to expose the bolts behind here. I only want to do this much. I don't think I need to take the whole thing off since the door handle's in this area. I'm just gonna pull back the least amount as I can, that way I can access everything. Alright, cool. So with the plastic out of the way, you can see the back of the door handle. There's one 10mm bolt there, but I know there's another one. So through my research, I think I need to pull this guy and these 3 here to remove this assembly. That way I can fully expose the bolts on the inside. Okay, so I pulled this one out. That was a 10mm, and I disconnected this guy, which was the electrical connection for the power lock. And as always, that was super hard to pinch down and pull out. These things are annoying. I came over here to take this assembly out, and these are not regular screws or bolts, they're Torx. So you're gonna need one of these. This is a whole set that I got, but the one you actually need is this one, a T30. So a T30 is gonna fit right there, and I'm gonna use this to pop those out. So cool, this is the set. I got the T30 in here, and this has a drive, 3/8 drive, so you can put it on your socket. I'm just gonna take these off. Those out, I'm just gonna try to pull this assembly out. is. Just let that dude hang. Or fall out, whatever. Good news is, I can see the last bolt. So, let's get in there and get those out. You see it? 10mm. That's the left side. And there's an assembly in here. I'm worried I might have messed up and should have taken that off, because that rod connects to the hinge here, or not the hinge, whatever, the latch. So we might have to figure that out later. There's the other bolt. So I'm gonna bust out those 2 bolts and pop the broken handle out. Wow, there goes my socket. This handle just broke. Well, yeah. Damn it. Check this out. So I twisted that and the plastic broke and the metal twisted, and then my socket fell down the door. So let's play find the 10mm socket. I'm sure you've all played that before. Pulled out some more of the sheeting to find this thing. Yep, there we go. Aha! Okay, so that was an ordeal. This is hard to see, but I got the bolt out. It was there. And the other one is broken, so it's not holding anything. I'm going to have to fix it when I get it out. But right now, I just have to push this up and out. It's got a little lip in there. See that on the bottom? There we go. Screwdriver. So this is what I was talking about. That's the broken piece. So it was sitting in like this. But my bigger problem right now is this is the bolt is still in there, and this bracket is bent. So I need to get that bolt out and straighten that, because if I break that, my door handle is just gonna flop around in there, because the other one's in good shape. I hit that with some WD and try to finesse that out. So here's my setup right now. I sprayed that WD and I got some vice grips on here. I'm gonna hold that while I take the socket and extension through from this side. And you can see I'll be holding the left while I'm popping it with this one. And I just dropped my socket in the door. Alright, so after fishing my socket out of the door again, I was able to get that out. So, success. I didn't break the door, which is good. So, now I'm ready to move things over to the new handle. My new handle, eBay from Motor King. Looks good. The only thing I can see that I'll have to move over is this rod assembly. So here's the old one with the rod right here. This guy doesn't have one. I'm just gonna pop that over, pop it back in the door. This bolt was pretty oxidized. I think that's contributed to why it broke the handle. So just hitting it with some WD-40 and wire brush just to get that oxidation and rust off before I put it into the new handle. Okay, so I'm putting this latch assembly back in, and I had mentioned that pin on the door, the one I moved from the old handle to the new handle, it goes right here. So as I'm putting the latch back into the door, I'm just gonna feel and line up that pin inside of there as I put the latch into position. The latch went back in pretty easy. I got the first screw here. I'm gonna put in the 3 Torx bolts here, and then I'm gonna check the assembly for movement. After that, I'm gonna reconnect the electrical harness and close this back up. Then I'll have to reconnect these wires to the interior door handle as I put the panel back on. When you're ready, check your assembly. That would be the door closed position. Pull the latch opens. So looks like we're working. Just gonna tighten these down and finish closing up the door. I was worried about the adhesive on this vapor barrier, but it's pretty warm today. It's maybe about 70, and this stuff is just sticking right back where it was. So yeah, we maintained the integrity of it when we took it off. It goes back on just fine. You're not gonna need glue or anything. If it is super cold when you're working, maybe a heat gun, just warm it up, but it's sticking back on just fine. I hung the door panel back on. I hung it from the top. Good center pressure, clicked in the top. Seems to be in place. The electrical connector for your power locks. And then just go around it. Snap this guy back. Now that I'm putting this back in, there's the front and the metal clip is the back here. So the front goes in first and then the back. Same process in reverse when you go to take yours off. So don't pry the front because it's not gonna work. Pry it from the back. With everything reassembled, it's time for the final test. Alright, the door handle's done. Door opens and closes just fine. I'm so happy. I can now put stuff in the back of my car. I was throwing everything in my front seat just because I couldn't open the back. There's no way to live. Fix your door handles. It was a little more time consuming than I thought. A lot of little tiny parts. Take off this part to get to that bolt. You know how it goes sometimes when you're working on things. The door handle from eBay, less than $20. Again, it's a cheap fix, as long as you got the time. If it's an SCR, you are going to need Torx bits, so pay attention to that. Appreciate everyone watching, and we'll see you guys in the future.